the XCW 2-stroke. We're out in 4-stroke country, but this bike rides cherry out here too, this 250. So, I'll give you guys a little view. Let you listen to the engine and how it's running. There's a Moto-minded on-off button here, so this is of course different from factory, from OEM. Same thing with the 350, I replaced both. I hate that starter on-off button that they have from the factory KTM. That was one upgrade, that was a bad upgrade. So we did this one with Moto-minded. These work fantastic. Love it on both.
Doing some kind of fire thing.
All good?
All good.
All right.
I hit a bug and I felt it splatter all over my face.
Nice. Let me, we'll shut these off. I gotta change my undershirt real quick. Always love a little surprise visitor. That's the thing, this thing is just so nimble and fun right here. Yep. Like you're lacking some giddy up, of course, but it's screaming, so the noise is nice. The balance through all the whoops like butter and stuff, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's rare I see you out of shape on it too.
Yeah, right?
You're very controlled
right.
into every section.
And I'm sure you scrub a mile or two here or there.
Oh yeah,
faster.
You do for sure.
Yeah.
I can make up time on you just
right? Just
either with the throttle or just holding the throttle on longer through the corners. And we'll make up time like that.
Yeah, 4-strokes are all about that, right? You come out of the corner, just broop, you've already closed the gap.
Yeah.
Especially that thing's the gap closer, man. You can't, nothing's holding 350s and 450s off when you're under a 300.
Yeah, it'd have to be really twisty for me not to be able to keep up with you.
Yeah.
Like really twisty and had some rocks in there.
But this thing's it's never stalling. It's always flowing. It's going through the whoops like so light.
Yeah.
Honestly it's like 125.
It doesn't look like you're sacrificing anything when I'm behind you. The only time it looks like you're sacrificing something is on the straightaways, but because I'm behind you, I'm slower on the straightaways because I can't see the whoops coming, so my timing's always off.
Yeah, no, that's it. You're just missing the gap closure that the big bikes have.
Like you'd have a hard time on the straightaway if you were behind me.
Right.
But if you're in front, you're doing my speed like no problem whatsoever. Yeah. And I'm actually working to do your speed because I can't get my timing down for the whoops when I don't see them coming.
Right, you can't see the rocks.
What I basically start doing is just wheeling through them a little bit. When I see you start to move, I'll just pop a wheelie and hold it as long as I can.
All right, we'll go back over here, side over that hill, back over to where the hill is over there to the right, and then we'll find our way back on 10 and stuff. And that'll probably give us an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
Cool. You want to switch?
Sure. Yeah, I've not ridden the TBI yet, so might be good for the video.
All right, we're switching, guys.
This is my first time on a TBI. I'm going for my Sherco 300.
Oh God, you can already feel how much stiffer the suspension is. It's unbelievable.
This one feels way softer than that one.
But it's not too soft.
No,
it's super smooth through the whoops, but not too soft where it's teetering or something.
I'll be curious to see it then.
Yes, don't adjust the clickers.
Yeah, I'm not touching it.
I don't care if you adjust on this one, but don't adjust on that one.
It even starts up just a tad faster.
Yeah.
This thing is a screamer. Like through all the whoops, it's almost better than that one.
It's different, right? It's like soft, but it's not too soft. It's balanced. It's still not teetering too much.
No, it's flat through everything.
Yeah, it's flat through everything, right? It's so well balanced. It's unbelievable.
It's better than the old ones for sure.
Oh,
like it's not even close.
I know, that's why that's why I put them up for sale. I was trying to tell you, like it's
not even close.
Right?
It's
and
so
even
far
this
off.
even this is better than the last gen too, the way it's balanced. So
this thing's fantastic. It screams so well.
Right? Screams all over. So fun.
Fantastic.
It's lacking a little bit of the power that this has, but that's it.
Yeah, you can just hold the throttle
right
there.
Hey, see how it started just so quickly? The new gen 350s just start so much easier than the last 350s.
change the GoPro batteries to say it, but I think what KTM did here, I don't know if they improved it as a 2-stroke because I've not ridden it in the rocks yet. What they did, I think, is they blurred the lines between the 2-stroke and the 4-stroke, because this is the first time I've gotten on a KTM 2-stroke and felt like it could do everything the 4-stroke does.
Right?
Just not quite as well, but close enough that I don't think I'd need a 4-stroke.
Yeah, there's not, it still misses that huge torque and power, but maybe, remember, it's 250, the 350, the 300 might have, might bring that back to you.
And that's why I'm not sure if they've really improved, like, for hard enduro riding where it's so dominated by 2-strokes.
Yeah, because to make it clear, we've only ridden it on the trails.
I've only ridden this bike out here, so I've not ridden
and this is day one.
This is day one.
Yes.
So I don't know yet if they've improved it, if they've improved the full 2-stroke parts of it, but I know for certain.
Wait, 2-stroke he means for the enduro hard enduro part, not 2-stroke part for the trails. Yeah. But he means hard enduro.
Real rocks.
Garrett loves the real big rocks.
Hill climbs, switchbacks, pivot turns, and all that. Right. And I've not done any of that on this bike yet, and I've not ridden a 300 TBI yet, but I know it does everything aside from the rocks, because that's untested, that's unknown at the moment, but it does everything else that my Sherco does better than my Sherco. Like from the fast
balance
stuff.
Nice, huh?
Yeah, the balance is nice, the fast stuff is nice, the turning radius is as good. When it's in the garage, it's easier to own, it's easier to work on, all the parts are easier to get. But the only thing that I'm hesitant on, because I've not ridden the 300 yet, is if it's more torquey down low, which is the problem I had with the TPI, the last generation KTMs, is the 300 KTM from last generation.
And make it clear, so that the fans understand, we have a 300 2022 Erzberg at home that he spent some time
the latest TPI 300.
Yeah, last generation. Yeah.
And my only issue with that,
they made it 23.
It was a 20.
Yeah, mine's a 22.
Yeah, yours is 22.
Mine's a 22.
Yeah, but it's still the same bikes.
Same gen.
Yeah, the same generation, The only problem I had with that bike was it didn't lift the front end as well as my Sherco, and it didn't go up rocks as well, because the front end was a little lower. It was better on hills for that. It gave a little more traction, and the front end didn't lift as much, so you weren't looping out as much. But that was the only hard enduro type thing I felt the KTM was better
Plus,
at.
let's be clear, I don't... he's not alled to do the real hard.
Yeah, I'm not, because these are his bikes.
On my KTMs, because otherwise it looks like his Sherco.
Yeah, and my Sherco is.
I let him do the I let him do the rocks and blip and blow up and all that and drop off the different stuff. But not the proper hard enduro, because
where you're crawling in first gear and getting stuck and the bike's doing flip. I'll put a clip from the last time I rode in right here of what it looks like when I ride hard enduro.
Yeah, right, exactly. So there, now you guys saw us clips, you understand what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff I don't let them do on the KTMs, because it destroys bikes. Proper rocks is what he's talking about. But
but everywhere besides that, because that's untested, I've not done that yet, this is better than my Sherco in every way.
And it blurs the line between 2-strokes.
And it blurs the line between 2-stroke and 4-stroke to the point where, unless you're riding mostly motocross or you're riding mostly hard enduro, you have going between a 2-stroke and a 4-stroke is personal preference. I don't think there's enough advantage either way for it to really matter.
Yeah.
Not for trail riding, at least.
Yeah.
And not at my
And remember,
level.
folks, he's sitting on the XCW, the 250 XCW, so there's no linkage. But yeah, it's a fun bike, right?
I
told you, I was so surprised. It was purely accidental. I pulled it out. I meant to pull out the 350 the other day. I have the Sprinter. I didn't have the ramp, so it was issues putting it back in. And so once I pulled this bike, the 250 XCW out, it would have taken 15-20 minutes to move the van again to the dip and load up the bike. So I was like, oh, screw it, I'll just take the XCW out here at East Fort Rock, where it's fast flowing 4th gear stuff and big whoops. Like,
you know, one log today. That's all we've had. And
one
log.
I went around. Yeah. So that's the difference with these W's. They do these trails out here too, and then they go and do the hard stuff.
Yeah, the old W didn't do these trails. I mean, you could obviously do it, but it didn't do it like this.
The XC was better. Yeah, there was a reason to go to XC, or there was a reason to bring your 4-stroke. Because I always brought my 4-stroke up here. That's what I mean. It was an accident. I meant to ride the 4-stroke. I didn't have the ramp to load the bike back up, so I stayed on the W. And then I realized that, wow, the W, the new generation Ws really do, like Garrett said, blur the line between the 2-strokes and 4-strokes. And it comes out here. Okay, the 250, like I said many times already on video, but maybe you guys missed her. We didn't put that part in. It does lack that massive gap closing acceleration when you come out of the corners, but you just put the bike wherever you want, through the rocky stuff, through the big whoops, through the corner, you put it where you want, everywhere. And so it's really fun, enjoyable bike. It's flickable. I love the 250. It's amazing bike. So 250 XCW, and it's out even out here on the trails now. It's blurred the lines. I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think just owning my Sherco, I've always missed a KTM 350 because I always say the KTM 350 is my favorite bike. I can point to one of the videos on my channel where I review my Sherco, and I stated KTM 350 is my favorite bike, but I ride hard enduro, so I need a 300 two-stroke. And right now, I think with a TBI two-stroke, I wouldn't miss the KTM 350 as much.
Yeah. There's still
miss it.
Yeah, we're not throwing out our four strokes for sure.
Absolutely not.
We're just saying that
but if you have to have one bike and you're not riding too much motocross,
yeah, you're not going on the track. If you're going on the track, four stroke for sure. But if you're far away from the track, especially here in Bend where we're not close by tracks, I'd run a two-stroke for sure. Right?
Yep.
In our life where we live, I'd run a two-stroke out here for sure. If I moved down the SoCal and you only had to have one bike, I'd run a four-stroke, of course, but because you're riding the tracks, you go out in the desert and all that stuff, and you don't have the slower stuff we got out here. But yeah, the two-stroke is, and it's fun, right?
Yep.
You go slow and
so
cruise.
fun.
You can, it never stalls out, never throws you off the bike.
Either way, this bike's fantastic. That bike's fantastic.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's no downside to either bike. You can buy any of the KTMs now, and you don't regret the decision.
Yeah, well, we'll try that. We still want to try one of those 450.
Oh, we definitely want to try
XCWs
a 450
too. So
yeah,
we haven't tried one of those, but we'll get there.
Yeah, it'll come around.
All right, we'll finish it out.
That's totally my fault. Just like poop, then it's so loud, like, oh, it's not the two-stroke. That's the bike's fault. I was kind of like, where are you at? Oh, you're getting on this trail. Oh, not paying attention to